それでは、これからナプロック第7回国際プログラミングコンテストに海外から参加しておりますマレーシアのペトロナス工科大学および台湾の国立台北科技大学のプレゼンテーションを行います。司会はプロコン委員の小島が務めさせていただきます。発表時間は8分で、質疑応答の時間ですが、通訳の関係等もございますので6分、取っております。ベルは6分で1回、8分で2回、14分で連続というふうに鳴らします。8分で発表を終了していただきます。14分で質疑応答を打ち切っていただきます。
For the presenters, just the information for the presenters. Okay. You have the 8 minutes presentation and 6 minutes Q&A. And we have alarming bell at one time at 6 minutes and 2 times 8 minutes and 14 minutes. It's over, okay?
それでは、ペトロナス工科大学の発表を、始めていただきます。
Okay.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sri Rajaran. I'm from UTP, Malaysia. Today our project title is Disaster Help. Okay. As we all know, in Japan, there usually occurs natural disaster. So the natural disaster that occurs in Japan is quite dangerous. And after the natural disaster, we need a sufficient provision to help these victims of the natural disaster. And instead of that, we also need a rapid response to help these victims in order for them to be safe in the right time and in the correct time. Now, our goal for this project is to develop a mobile application that connects victims and the rescuer using an Android platform. So in this project, each victims and the rescuer will be able to determine the location of these victims and rescuer using a GPS technology. And also in the victims part, there will be a few options for them to, as a guide for them to be rescued. For example, they will be provide a sample for help options such as foods problem, or clothes is not enough, or others. And also we will determine each victim's problem according to their priority. For example, if this victims has a more severe problem, so the priority of these victims will increase from the other victims. So now our target user for this project will be the victims of the natural disaster as well as the rescue team. So this is the mobile application for the civilians. Means every citizens of the current country. So for example, this is the main UI for disaster help. So there are 3 options. First one, essential need, emergency, as well as donation. So this app will be equipped to every civilian for them to be used later after the natural disaster. So in essential need, there will be a section where the user can specify their problem, such as the number of victims that are trapped together with them, such as they have a kids, for example 2 kids and also 2 infants. So they will specify in their sections, as well as there will be a section where they can specify their problem, such as food is not enough, and also they need a medical support. So in the next option there is an emergency. So in emergency there will be for this section is used for a fast help, fast request. For example, there are victims that are trapped or nearly death, so they can use this option to exclude all the other options, such as need to specify everything. They can straight away send the emergency request. So the request will be forwarded to the rescuer. And the last option, there is a donation part. So in this donation, there will be a part where all other civilians which are not trapped or in a safe zone, they can donate items such as clothes, food, medical items, and so on. Okay, moving on. This is the application for the rescue team. So this is the main UI. They are separated into 2 sections. The first one is essential need and also emergency. So in essential need, there is a few options, which is pending, on progress, rescued, and nearest. So what these options do is, in pending, the rescue team will be able to see a list of all victims that are not yet safe. So for example, this particular rescue team wanted to help them, so they will click on that option and then decided to help these victims, to save these victims. So after that, the status of this victim will move to the on progress. So any other rescue teams will be able to see the same thing. And same goes on, after they've successfully rescued these teams, the status will move to rescue. And then there's also a section where the rescue team will be able to see the distance between each of these victims. Which one is the furthest and which one is the nearest to them. And same goes to emergency. They are pending, on progress, rescued, and nearest. So this is the system architecture. So as just now we discussed about this victims app and also a rescue team app. So what we do is when victims try to send a request help, the request will be calculated in the database, calculated based on their priority, and will be displayed on the rescue team's part. So in conclusion, disaster help, we expect that this application will help each other, for example the victims as well as the rescue team in times of emergency, especially after the natural disaster. And lastly, we expect that this app can reduce the amount of victims that are left unattended by the rescue teams using priorities. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. それではこれから質疑応答に入らせていただきます。質問は英語でも日本語でも結構ですのでお願いいたします。それでは何かございますでしょうか。米村先生お願いします。
Thank you for your presentations. My question is about priorities. So, how the priority, what kind of priority information could be the rescue team can know, and how those information is provided from the other victims?
can I answer the question? Okay. So how the priorities work is like this. For example, the victims send the request. Each victim has a different problem. Okay. For example, these victims are trapped, and these victims are having a lung problem.
So you mean the victims send a text or description of the situation?
Yes, and there's an option for them. So after they send the information, we will put them into a database and using some algorithm to check which one is needed most to be attended, and based on that, we will provide them with the priorities.
So this means the victims should write the precise information to the system.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
その他何かございますでしょうか。金田先生お願いします。
So firstly, I want to make clear the assumption that your system. So the rescue is basically the team of the government, which means the city or state or nation government. The rescuer is
the rescuer is the person who is assigned to help the victims.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, the application is the rescuer provide this application. Is it right?
Pardon?
The rescuer or the city or state government provided this application to the people.
Yes, correct. So each civilians need to have this application, and will only be available to use after the natural disaster.
Okay. So then right now we just call to the rescue or something. Just call to the 911 in Japan or 911 in the United States. So what's the benefit or good key point to use this application?
Okay, so this application doesn't use the cellular network because after the natural disaster, there will be a problem of dialing 111. Okay, so what we are able to do, we emit the Wi-Fi coverage for them to link between this app and also the rescue app.
Okay, so this app works only if the internet is available, but the traditional lines.
It's not internet, only with Wi-Fi coverage.
Okay, you mean the local
Yes.
network. Okay, thank you.
ありがとうございます。他にございますでしょうか。吉田先生お願いします。
How do you input the information in your application? So, do you have any assist function in the application, or just write about information?
Alright. So the victims will be guided to put the information. For example, there will be a slot where in the first slot there will be a section where the victims specify the amount of victims that may trapped together with them. For example, if the father wanted to send a request, so maybe with the father there is 2 kids with them, so they will specify the option first, and then will be guided to the next section where the user will be prompt to send the request based on their necessity. For example, their lack of food, so they need some medical treatment. They are whatever may happen. They also can if there is not in the list, they can specify on the other section. Thank you.
まだ1分ほど時間がありますけれども、何か他にございますでしょうか。よろしかったですか。Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's time to finish.